Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, and today's video actually aligns because the 14th, which is the day that this video is going live, is the full moon of June, which is the strawberry moon. If you've never heard this term before, it's understandable. In today's culture, we don't rely on the moons like we used to. They used to tell us when to plant, when to harvest, when to butcher back in the day, and when to plant your fields, when to set eggs. All of this stuff was dedicated to a different phase of the moon. And so when we're close to the full moons, I will try to do videos to help just spread a little bit more information about them. And what I do with this type of video is I will give you the historical context mixed in with a lot of the energy that is specific to this year's moon. So for example, the strawberry moon in June is actually in the sun sign of Gemini, but the moon itself is in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So we'll talk a little bit about that. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. You can hit the notification bell if you are interested. I try to drop my videos every Tuesday, and sometimes little bonus ones will come out when I have time or the inspiration for them. Having a full-time job plus is, it goes that way. And at the end of this strawberry moon discussion, what I would like to do is actually bring up a little bit of a drawing down of that lunar energy. And my intention for this is that it will go through space and time, so even if you're watching it on a different day, you will still be able to receive that blessing. You just have to accept it. So, with that being said, I wrote this out so it's actually in my handwriting on paper this time instead of having a script, so I'll be kind of glancing down and up. And so the June full moon, as I just said, is the strawberry moon, and it's on the 14th. So this moon actually gets its name from the old Indian groups, which was like the Algonquins and the Ojibways and some of that group. This was the first time you could really harvest berries, was the later part of June or the middle to late of June. And the berries that they were usually harvesting were strawberries. So they would call them June berries back in the day. So that's where they got this term strawberry moon. Other names that have been associated over the years, depending on the culture, like in Europe, they would call it the rose moon, which is usually a time when the roses were at their peak blooming. There was the hot moon, which was this transition from spring into summer, so the days were actually warming up. And then there was the mead moon, which this was more of a northern European part, and they generally said it was the time of harvesting the meadows, and they shortened it to mead, and I'm assuming that if you were to hear them say it, it would be med, like meadow. The moon for the northern hemisphere this month is going to be a supermoon, and this is for June of 2022, which means the angle of the Earth and the moon are such that the moon appears larger and brighter than a normal full moon in the night sky. And so the strawberry moon is very closely aligned this year, especially with the summer solstice. Lunar energy is aspect of the divine feminine. Solar energy is the divine masculine. So when you have a full moon that is close to one of the Sabbats of the eight Sabbats of the year, you're actually tapping into a higher form of energy. Every 20 or so years, the full moon will actually fall on the summer solstice, which is around June 21st. I'm a traditionalist, so it's June 21st for me no matter what. And when that happens, it is the perfect union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, or the Lord and Lady, as I reference frequently. And that is a time for very, very powerful manifestations. It's a very good time for deep introspection. If you're setting intentions, this is the time to do it, type of energy. With what's going on right now, you have the strawberry moon, very feminine energy, 7 days before the summer solstice. So during the next 7 days, from June 14th to June 21, you have a unique energetic back and forth between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So this is a very, very strong healing time. This is when we can find balance within ourselves, different parts of ourselves. We all carry masculine and feminine energy, so this is a time to work with finding the balance between the two. It's a good time to clear out the things that just aren't working for you. And the 7-day time period is a way for you to break down those illusions, the things that, oh, I have to have this book or this piece of art that I don't like the person who gave it to me, but I feel bad because it was a gift. If you have that kind of energy, this is the time to tap into this balancing energy and be like, I didn't really appreciate the person, I don't really like the gift, and you can remove it at those times. So this is a very good time for that clearing work. As I said at the beginning of the video, this year's the moon is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the knowledge sign. They're kind of a smart aleck sign, but they tend towards accepting and revealing what you already know. So this is a time to really break through those mental illusions as well. Those things where, oh, I'm just not good enough, or I don't think I really know as much as I thought I did about that subject. This moon energy in Sagittarius for this month is saying you need to acknowledge what you know. Respect what you know and the accomplishments that you have made with that energy. You don't need to listen to the naysayers. You're always going to have those gaslighters that are like, oh, sure, you know that, or things along the lines of, that's not what I remember, even though you can have documentation otherwise. This is a time to actually appreciate who you are and what you know. And if they don't agree with it, that's their problem. And so this is the time to really, really tap into that knowledge that you have and convert it into appreciation, and not arrogance, but appreciation for who you are. So this is a time when there's something that you know that could help your family, your life, your business, your job. This is a time to step up and say something. So really this energy on the 14th is extremely powerful for that, but it will actually extend all the way to the solstice. So you have a 7-day window of really bringing your gifts and talents, the things that you know that you may have doubted or not really understood fully, to like how to manifest. This is the time to put them into action. So if you've had that nagging feeling like you should start a side business, take up an art project, or something that you've took a class for and you've never put into practice, this is the time to really go for it. The lunar energies in your side, you've got the summer solstice coming up, which is extremely powerful masculine energy coming through from the divine. And so everything here is lining up for a very strong period for all of us. And it's a simple fact of tapping into that energy so that we're aware of it. This is basically your clarion call to step forward. This is, you have knowledge. And the only way that knowledge is worth anything, because the old saying knowledge is power is partially false, because you can accumulate knowledge your entire life, and a lot of people do. But until you put it into action, until you apply that knowledge, which then develops wisdom, you are just basically acquiring knowledge. It's like collecting newspapers. If you've never read any of those newspapers, they are not doing you any good. So that's kind of where the energy is pushing you to. Like you've learned all of this information, and now it's time to really step into manifesting it in a very powerful, powerful way. And when you're making that wisdom, you're creating something because you have the knowledge and now you're putting it into action. This is a way to show to yourself that you know something. This is your acknowledgement, your way of bringing yourself back into balance, because when you know something but someone tells you that you don't, or you know something but you have this little voice in the back of your head telling you, oh, it's not, someone knows more. Yeah, there probably is, but there's other people who know less. And this is a way to bring that into balance. The one caveat that I will put about this is arrogance is not an ally. Bringing your knowledge forward in a way to help other people is a way of education and a way of spreading your gifts. This is a gift from the divine that you have been asked to share, basically. So to take on an arrogance about it is actually going to hamper what you're trying to do. And that's why I just put that little caveat, don't become arrogant with your spreading of your gifts. It's a good way to stay balanced. Now, the one thing with this energy that I was researching that's specific to this year in 2022, if you are in the teaching profession or you have considered taking up teaching an art class or a skill like horseback riding, something like that, as long as you have your education and your knowledge behind it, now is your time to shine. This is what you are basically made for. And this is the moon energy tied with that solar energy on the solstice is saying, get out there, shine your light. You have got a lot of energy coming forward, and now it's your time to really put that into action. So if you've been wanting to teach that art class and you know the place and they need some teachers and you're just not sure, this is basically the moon sign and the Sagittarius energy coming forward and saying, do it. If you've been thinking about getting back on horseback riding, or if you've been wanting to really get back into painting, but you want to also help other people because they see the work you've done and they want to learn, now is the time to really start formulating those plans and moving it forward. Step back into the flow and really bring yourself into that higher alignment. So, the other part about this is with these two events occurring so closely, the strawberry moon and the summer solstice within a 7-day window, this energy is going to be extremely light. It's very playful and very spontaneous. From what I have researched, we are just coming out of, which I do know the Mercury Retrograde, because every time that pops up, my everything electronic around me goes kittywampus for a while. But we're just coming out of this energy of the retrogrades. We have a lot of planets that are going direct. We have a really good communication from everything I've read from different astrology charts. We actually have a really good alignment going right now. The planets really aren't fighting with each other too much. There's a little bit of an argument and disagreement, but nothing major. And so it's bringing forward this spontaneity, this lightening of the energy. We went through this really heavy period for the last couple of years, and the last few months especially have been planetarily very dense, very slow, kind of like cold molasses. It's not moving very well. And we're moving into the Gemini, which is an air sign. You have Sagittarius, which is a fire. You have the moon, which is water. And you're bringing all of this energy forward, and it's really starting to blend and merge and uplift and clear out a lot of that heavier energy. So the big point with this is find reasons over the next, from the 14th to the 21st, find any reason you can to laugh. Find any reason you can to sing. Even if you think you can't carry a tune in a bucket, as my grandpa used to say, do it. Sing by yourself, start dancing, just basically shake off the heaviness that has been carrying with us for so long. Find reasons to have fun, find reasons to play, find reasons to laugh, and go outside, be in the sun as much as you possibly can. If you're like me and being out in the sun causes you to change colors, put your sunscreen on, wear a floppy hat, those kind of things. But do some things that are basically ways to show that you're still alive, that you want to be part of this energy. Get back into that flow of life again. One of the big things that I found helps, turn off the news, don't even look at it. And like I said, go outside and just be out in nature. There's something so healing about being out in nature. And if you get the chance, especially tonight, which is the 14th, and tomorrow night, which is the 15th, because the lunar energy tends to go over 3 days of a full moon, the day before, the calendar day of, and the day after. Try to get out in that moon. Just go out and for a little while and just feel that different energy from the more feminine aspect, because the moon literally takes the masculine energy of the sun and converts it into a more gentle energy field, and it reacts differently in our bodies, because the moon is a way to slowly charge and build the energy within, especially our third eye area, whereas the sun is all about really developing that projective, more masculine solar plexus type energy. So they really work on two different energy fields, and it's just a way to help your body find that balance and really work towards stepping into that. The one thing that I noticed a few different places was with the unique alignment of the planets, the fire and water energies are extremely elevated, activated. So if you have fire and water in your birth charts, or you're a fire or water sign, the big thing right now is to be aware that the fire energy is going to trigger a lot of the more passionate emotions, and the water is going to bring forward the more subtle and sometimes the more hidden emotions. So be aware of this during this time, that there is going to be a little bit of emotional boil over. But if you're looking and working towards that happiness, that joyfulness, that playfulness, you're actually going to neutralize a lot of that excess more negative energy, which is a good thing. So really tap into finding that joy, that happiness. You know, like I said, play with your dog, go outside with the kids, do something that really gets you active. A lot of meditations over the years that I've done have been stationary, that we don't move around a lot, or I'm doing something like yoga in a meditative state, so you're building the mind and the body. But you can really tap into that by going for a walk where there's flowers, where the trees are, you know, greening up, there's birds, animals, things like that. Being out in that type of an environment is a really good way to embrace this awakening world. We're shifting from the spring into the summer, which is the summer solstice is actually the first day of summer. It's also the longest day of the year. And so you've got this huge shift of energy from the 14th today and the 21st. We're going from spring into summer. You're bringing that feminine energy up, and it's supporting the masculine that's coming at a later time. And it's really a time to clear all that stuff out. So really focusing on healing, clearing, and finding joy is pretty much the theme of this time period we're in right now. So after all of that, let's see, we can do a simple meditation just to tap into the lunar energy. And this is just a calming energy. If it's something that you want to go with, you can continue to listen. If you would rather not, you can stop the video here, and that's totally all right. What I will say is you don't want to be operating any form of machinery or like driving during this, because even a light meditative state, you have taken your attention and drawn it inside. So you're less focused on the outside world, so you actually have slower responses to things. So you don't want to be operating machinery when you do this part. So what I usually tell people when I am guiding meditations is to find somewhere comfortable to sit, or if you choose to lay down, that's fine. And when we breathe through meditation, we always, unless you're doing a specific kind of meditation that is a variable breath meditation, you're going to breathe very slowly through your abdomen. So when you inhale, you'll actually expand your belly, and when you exhale, you'll pull it in just gently towards your spine. And you're going to breathe very slowly and very calmly, because it brings your nervous system into alignment with itself. It calms it down, it slows your heart rate down, and it allows more oxygen into your body when you slow your breathing down and deepen it. And that allows the higher functioning parts of who you are, the more spiritual sides, to step forward and work with you more clearly. And that's why breath work throughout history has been so important for meditation. So if you are ready, you can settle in, start those nice deep breaths, breathing through your belly, breathing in pure white light, and exhale any stress or tension that you have in your mind. Take another nice deep breath in, breathing in beautiful silver light, and exhale, allowing your body to relax and be calm. Take another nice deep breath in, breathing in the pure light of the moon, feeling it flood through your body, through every bone, every muscle and cell. And exhale, allow your body to relax and be. Continue the slow, deep breathing as we bring our conscious mind to focus on the moon, the vibrant strawberry moon, bringing her divine light down to us, bathing us in our silvery white light, bringing in that energy of life, of abundance and prosperity, bringing in that energy from Sagittarius, that spontaneous, knowledgeable, fun-loving energy that's mixing with this strawberry moon. Feeling that beautiful silver wave of energy covering your body, connecting you through your energy bodies back up to the moon, the strawberry moon that brings the first berry harvest, that brings the flowers into their fullest form. Feel that energy flooding through you, bringing you into your beautiful aligned self, allowing that energy to flow through you, bringing you to your fullest bloom. Finding that deep down inside, that little bit of laughter, that joy, allowing it to bubble to the surface. And just feel that beautiful, beautiful water laughing and bubbling. The lunar energy brings balance to the water within your body, the blood and all the fluids, and brings you into pure alignment with who you are, bringing your knowledge to the front, showing you what you know, and washing away all illusions. During this time, set any intention that you choose to manifest, aligning it to your creativity, to teaching, or to knowledge. Beautiful, bringing that energy into a calm state, feeling that beautiful beam of silver energy from the moon, cocooning you, cocooning your intention, bringing it into the manifested state with harm to none. Blessed be. Allowing that silver energy to absorb into your body. Feel or see or sense the moon's energy pulling back into the sky, but leaving you with the gift of that silvery energy. Still breathing slowly and deeply. Bring your awareness back to your body, focusing back on your deep breathing, feeling relaxed and calm. Breathing in that pure white energy, and exhale, feeling peace and calm. Take another nice deep breath in, bringing your brilliant white light back in, and exhale. And to bring you back into consciousness, we will send down a grounding cord, connecting you from your root chakra and your feet, sending this cord down into the very crystalline heart of the planet, connecting you in and anchoring you, releasing anything that's not serving down through that cord into the heart of Gaia, feeling that loving energy there, feeling grounded and centered in your body, bringing your awareness back into the present moment, taking a deep breath, and when you are ready, you can open your eyes. And when you are back into a more normal awareness, just be aware that the manifestations and the things that we put into the universe, into the ether, our prayers and our dreams during this time, between the 14th and the 21st this year, are very powerful for manifesting, stabilizing, and bringing things into our existence. So speak kindly, speak lovingly, and try to find ways to uplift other people, as well as accepting and acknowledging the fact that you have gifts, you have knowledge, you have skills, and they are just as valuable as everyone else's, but the difference is they're yours. So, if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys at a later date. Have a good week.